Hey Nash, what should we make?
The weather is cooling down, and I procured us some pumpkins. Let's make a pumpkin soup.
All right, let's make pumpkin soup. Today, we're gonna turn these into soup. Yes, we're making pumpkin soup. It's gonna be delicious. It's not gonna be super easy, but if you don't wanna do the first few steps, you could literally use cans of pumpkin puree. It'll probably turn out just as good. So without further ado, let's go. So we start with a sugar pumpkin. It might be called a pie pumpkin. I don't know. Just don't use the big pumpkins that are for carving. These ones have a lot more meat, flesh. I don't know what the hell to call it. A lot more of the good stuff and a lot less of the other shit. So this is what we want to use. These little guys. Like I said, pie pumpkin, sugar pumpkin, whatever. Then we take a big ass knife and we cut this guy open as best you can. Yeah, like that. Something like that. Then we take our guy like this and we scoop out the guts. What's that old, that's not old. It must be some sort of viral because I don't sew, I don't crochet, but I got this video on my like For You page. It was like stab it, strangle it, and then scoop out the guts.
Stab it, strangle it, scoop out its guts.
So that's what we're doing. We're scooping out the guts. I got this fun little tool. It's actually pretty good. I enjoy it. It seems to work pretty well. But use whatever you got. Once your pumpkins are halved and gutted, let me go ahead and take out a sheet pan with parchment paper, or if you have it, some of this cool silicone mat deal, whatever the that is. Do that. Just place our guys like this. Then you either brush them or spray them with a little bit of oil. Not a ton, just a little bit. And then we just hit them with a little bit of salt, pepper, garlic. Not a ton. Again, just a little. We don't need a bunch. Then we take our guys, we go ahead and put them skin side up like this. And then we throw them into our 425 oven for probably 35 to 45 minutes. Boom. And here's our guys right out of the oven. You can see they're nice and sort of, the skin is separated. They're sort of ready to cave in. So we're gonna let these cool and then the skins are gonna come right off. And then we'll just have that sort of pumpkin flesh, pumpkin meat, whatever you're gonna call it. And then we can turn that into puree and that's where we're gonna go from there. That being said, if you wanna skip all these steps and just get the canned that's fine too. You do you, but we're gonna let these cool. And here we have our pumpkins. After a little bit of resting, you can see this skin is nice and loose. So we just, oh my goodness. Usually, okay, I'll be honest, usually it does not come off that clean, but that's phenomenal. That's what we want. Hopefully the rest come off just as easily. Oh my goodness. Wait, maybe we're onto something here. Nope, okay, I spoke too soon. Wait, well, no, not bad. Not bad at all, actually. So there's two fairly average sized, average everything sugar pumpkins. Someone tell me why the color of this is so much different than the color of the slop that comes out of a can of pumpkin puree. I don't really care. I'm just asking. Someone tell me why. So this is what we got. On to the next step. And we start by dicing an onion. Then I'm gonna call an audible and make this a Chipotle pumpkin soup, but you could just easily leave the Chipotle out and you're making a basic pumpkin soup. So we'll just get these peppers all diced up. Then to a well-used Dutch oven or any heavy bottom pot is fine. We just add a little bit of oil, probably like 2 tablespoons. Doesn't really matter. And then we throw in our onions, mix those around, find the onion skin that snuck in there. And then we're just gonna cook these down until they get translucent. Once your onions are getting pretty much translucent, make a little landing spot. Throw in about 4 to 6 cloves of minced garlic and I don't know, half a teaspoon of kosher salt. Let it cook till fragrant, about 45 seconds. Then we stir it all together, cook that through for another minute or 2. Then we add in our pumpkin. That didn't come out really smoothly. Then we add our pumpkin, make sure and wipe off all the stuff from dropping your container into the onions. That's cool. About a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and just a little bit of cloves. I think that's a 1/4 teaspoon. A little bit of pepper, and a dash of cayenne. If you want, you can leave that out again if you don't want any spice to this whatsoever. Then just go ahead and kind of break up your pumpkin puree, get that stirred in. Just get your pumpkin as kind of broken up as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're gonna end up blending this at the end, so it doesn't really matter. It's just gonna cook better this way. And then we add in our chipotle peppers and the sauce from those guys. And again, leave this out if you just want to make a regular pumpkin soup. Let me get that all sort of incorporated. And keeping our heat on medium, we add in 4 cups of vegetable broth. Then we stir that in, bring that up to a boil, give it a little stir-ski and hutch. Then we turn our heat to low and cover this. And then we let it simmer for 15 or 20 minutes. Let those flavors marry. Once your time is up, remove that lid, give this a stir. At this point, we kill the heat, wait until the violence stops, the violent bubbling. At this point, we add 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. That's just gonna give it a hint of sweetness. It's not gonna make it sweet, like dessert-like. However, if you wanna leave that out, go for it. And then a 1/2 cup of heavy cream. If you wanted to make a vegan option, you could use coconut milk. Then we get this all stirred in, then give it a taste to see if it needs any salt and pepper, or if you wanted to add more cream, you could do that. This one actually tastes perfect for me, but you do you, boo. And then at this point, I guess you could serve it like this, I suppose, but we want a nice, smooth, creamy product. So you could hit this with an immersion blender, or you could work in batches and use like a stand blender. So that's what we're gonna do. And if you're gonna do that, you wanna wait till this cools down quite a bit. Otherwise, your blender might explode, no joke. So we're gonna let this cool for a bit, and then we're gonna get it blended all nice and smooth, and then we'll be ready to eat. So then after our soup is cooled, we transfer it to our blender and we blend this in batches. Then if you let your soup cool for too long, you can always put it back in the pot and reheat it. And then once you're ready, we spoon some of this into a bowl. We gotta clean the edges up here. Make it look pretty for y'all. Then we'll just add a little bit of cream over the top of this guy, or coconut cream if that's what you're using. That was probably too much, but that's okay. And then we sprinkle on some little papitas. And there we have our Chipotle pumpkin soup. And it's time for a bite. Cheers. It's rich, it's creamy, it's savory. That maple syrup doesn't make it sweet. It just adds to the flavor and makes it just kind of a more robust, more deep flavor. It's really, really good. And this one's got a decent amount of kick because of those Chipotle peppers, but just leave that and the cayenne out and you got a real good, robust, basic pumpkin soup. It tastes like fall, out of 10. But hey, let's see what Nash thinks. Hey bud, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Been doing a deep dive into the writings of Nietzsche and learning some interesting stuff.
Well, check it out. We got this Chipotle pumpkin soup you wanted. And of course we made you a dog-friendly version. Well, here you go. I know spoons aren't your thing. You're better with a fork. What do you think?
Oh, that is delicious. It's creamy and savory with all the warm taste of fall with a little Chipotle kick.
Anything you want to say to your fans?
Whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process, he does not become a monster.
Nash approves, I approve. Look, this is a great dish, perfect for fall, and it's easy, and you can make a bunch and then store it. And honestly, it tastes better the next day, so go make it. And hey, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you all. Love you all. Go subscribe, like, share, comment, hype, all that good stuff. If there's anything you want me to make, you want me and Nash to taste, go ahead and drop that down in the comments. If you like this video, check out some more of our fall videos right here. And just remember, cook more, eat better, embrace the chaos. That's it for now, folks. Until next time, be good and peace.